Well, this has been an amazing day, and it is continuing to be an amazing day. I have a guest here. I believe is running for something, but he's running in politics. His name is Dweh. And did I pronounce that correct?
No, Dweh.
All right, so let's try again. His name is Dweh. And you're in politics, right?
Yeah, I'm currently entering into politics.
Oh, he's entering into politics.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Oh, it's a great thing.
As what's going on.
Yeah, well, this is a good time to do it.
Is this a good time for you to
start?
start?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So everything that's been going on for the past, I'm going to say year, because this whole year in politics has been a little bit different.
Yes, it has.
A whole lot different. We seem to be addressing a lot of problems in a violent way. Can we curb that to sort of get people to talk to each other?
Yeah, like a big part of my platform, and actually my platform name is bringing decency back into politics. We have to bring decency back.
Do anybody out there know what decency means anymore?
Well, I do, and a lot of people that I've spoken to that live in Vegas do as well. So we just have to
stop the riots? I mean, do we have to? I don't disagree with marches. I don't disagree with people wanting to sort of.
Yeah, everybody has the right to peacefully protest.
Absolutely.
But when it
starts getting a riot,
when it gets on the side of
violence,
of sedition,
yeah.
When it gets on the side of when you're trying to stop the process of governments, that's where we have to draw the line, and which we've done today. Like,
why? What happened today?
So today in the House,
cool.
They actually passed to make Trump get impeached. So now it has to go to the Senate,
okay.
Which means that he will actually lose his ability to be president, which means that this can actually start the process of healing the country in a positive way, because we have to end this situation so we can actually move forward. But bringing it back to Vegas, I'm actually running for Ward 6 here in Las Vegas.
Ward 6. What is Ward 6?
So Ward 6 is mainly it's mainly the south. It's the largest ward in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And it has a little bit of Summerlin, a little bit of the old Summerlin, all wrapped up inside of it. But because of redistricting, we're going to see what it looks like after the summer.
How many districts do you have in that area?
So right now we have 6 districts in that area currently.
6 districts.
So it's 6 on the south and 6 on the north.
So you will be one of the districts.
One of the 6, yes.
And you haven't gone into politics before.
I actually did run for mayor in Los Angeles years ago.
Years ago.
Mm-hmm. And I learned from that
years
process.
Ago.
I know I look like a baby, but
you do look. He does. I don't know where this age thing is going to now come into it, but we won't even worry about.
I'm actually only 50. I'm joking.
No, twist it around.
Right.
5. If a twisted number
right.
It's like 33. I'm 33 already. Twist it around. I'm still 33.
Right? No, you are. You're definitely 33.
Whoa. I'm voting for you.
There you go.
I don't vote.
But a big part of my campaign is to connect with individuals in our city and understand what their pain points are. Like a big thing I want to focus on.
You want to listen to them.
Correct. And what I've picked up from talking to individuals in the city is we need policies that actually will help get people in a space where they feel good about themselves, good about waking up in the morning, good about going out there to be a part of society. So
now, what makes you think they don't feel good about themselves?
Well, just look at some of the policies that have been pushed through recently, like in terms of this stimulus that came out. Like people need capital. A lot of businesses have been shut down in Vegas.
So you think that the 600 was one thing and the 2,000 was something else? Should have just been 2,000 and not the 600.
It should have been 2,000 every month until the pandemic was over, until people were able to actually, start to slowly get themselves.
I know a little bit about it. A little bit of knowledge. Something's very dangerous, but they were paying out 600 a week.
Yes, for people that were working at companies.
Yes.
Yeah.
For that hadn't lost their jobs,
correct,
so they did have that. Then that dropped down to 300.
300, yeah.
Is it 300 a week?
It's still 300 a week.
It's 300 a week. That's pretty cool, I think. A lot of people say it's not enough.
It's not enough. Because
what makes you think it's not enough?
Because I was.
You were one of them?
No, the thing is, like, I've been on the other side where you don't have much, you don't have anything, so I can attest for.
So you can relate to that.
Yes, I'm not just some person that's coming to politics.
So if you had to put out there whatever money you think you should put out there, what would it be? Forget the 600, forget the 300. What do you think?
I would do 2,000 every month.
2,000 every month. So that's 500 a week.
Correct.
So 500 a week, that's a kind of in
Yeah,
between.
just looking at the median income here in Vegas, it can handle people's rent, it can handle their car pay. If they have a car, it can handle food costs, it can handle their.
Good question for you. Vegas, we come into it, we see these humongous hotels.
Correct.
But the, I don't know if you still call it the blue collar or whatever you want to call them, which I don't think they should have a name because it's a stigma.
Right.
But I think, but they all work as waitresses and sort of these minimal jobs. They don't really need a degree on a lot of this stuff. But that's what Vegas is. That's what
To some degree,
Vegas sort of. Well, it's changed a little
It
now.
has, yes.
Only because they've brought in a lot of other companies.
Yeah, tech companies are here now.
Tech companies. You've got a lot of. You've got the film industry. You've got tech companies. You've got a lot of stuff come in. But at the same time, you still have a lot of these people that need these jobs.
Correct.
Is 2,000 enough for them?
Yes, it's a good. It's a starting point because then they have the ability to actually take care of their families, take care of themselves.
And pay the rent.
Correct.
And pay the bills.
Correct.
Because rent can be anywhere from 500 a month to 1,000 a month.
Even more. It could be 1,800, 2,000, depending on where you are.
Now, if they had two people living in that household, where they both get 2,000?
Yes, they were each receive 2,000.
So now they have 4,000 coming
Correct.
in.
Exactly.
So now it's not. That's pretty good.
Yeah, because
No.
it's not just helping the person that's living there, but also helping the apartment owner. Because that apartment owner, these people are not.
I'm in real estate, so
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking
some
about.
of these people that own these buildings, they're not living on Easy Street. They have to manage these massive
I
units.
can give you exactly what that goes on and what happens. It comes to the first of the month. Are they going to pay or aren't they going to pay?
Correct.
They're not going to pay.
Right.
Now, another question. So you've got a couple with their family, 4,000 a month. Why would they go back to work?
So it's not. I don't look at this as not going back to work. I look at it as we're putting an investment into people. So we have to invest in people, or we're not going to have a country that.
But if we invest in people, normally people work for their money. And
Yeah, but this is their money.
do
though.
something.
This is their money.
But this
'Cause
is their money.
This
This is
is
what
money
they
that they
paid-
earned.
they paid into the
Correct. So we have to
system.
stop approaching, giving people money through taxes, saying this is it's not their money to work for. They did work for it.
Yes.
Most corporations in our country are not paying a tax at all. Amazon didn't pay any taxes. Dell's didn't pay any taxes. They were given large tax rebates, which they did not deserve. So it doesn't make sense for us to keep paying these top companies large amounts of money, and then looking at people that actually work for these companies as just handouts. These aren't handouts. These are investments in our people.
And this is really quite funny, and the reason being is because the normal workers that work like we're talking about, they spend their money.
Correct.
They every month they spend that. There
Yes.
are people that spend their money.
Yes.
So what we call that circulating money.
Correct.
So when you're circulating money, it circulates the world, it circulates everything.
Correct.
And as we all know, the world is round.
Yes.
There's not a brick wall here or
Right.
here that the money stops. It goes all the way around.
Correct.
So when you give them 4,000, I'm going to say like a couple,
Right.
4,000 a month, they are going to spend that.
They're going to spend
now,
it.
whether it's for rent, whether it's for... So that is actually taking care of somebody else. For what it comes down... Am I getting it right?
You're on it.
I'm
You're
on
on it. You're seeing a picture.
I know the picture. So that is circulating money again. Now, with the very wealthy... Now, and we all pay our taxes. I mean,
Yeah.
I pay mine, I'm sure you pay yours. And yes, I do pay taxes. But we all pay our taxes. Whereas the wealthy people are always trying to get those loopholes.
Yes.
And I'm not against it. I'm not against anybody trying to save money.
No, it's
I'm not
understandable.
into that.
I get it.
And we all get it. But when you take care of kind of the middle to low class, that is where the money circulates.
Yes, because at the end of the day, if everybody stopped working, that's middle class or even don't have the. I don't really say middle class. Say people that are able-bodied individuals.
Able-bodied,
So,
yes.
if able-bodied individuals don't work anymore, those companies are not going to have capital at a certain point. It's going to shut down their business.
Well, yeah, there's no
also.
circulating.
Exactly.
If there's no money going in, there's certainly no money coming out.
because the money doesn't come out of thin air.
It doesn't.
'cause
It circulates.
Our GDP.
I give you $10, you go spend it, and they've
Right.
got the $10. They spend it, they got the. I don't care what you spend it on or what you do it. It's circulating money.
Correct.
That's all it is. Nothing
Exactly.
else. So when people get to this sort of, well, we shouldn't pay them all this money, it really doesn't make any difference. It really doesn't make.
It doesn't.
And it doesn't because.
And it gets frustrating sometimes because then those people that you ask for their votes. Like if I go into office, I'm working for them. I'm not working for myself. I'm not working for corporate. I'm working for these individuals that are going out there standing in the cold.
Them, you're understanding. You're helping put this whole district together and run smoothly.
But I don't look at it just that district. I look at the policies that I'm proposing. I want them to bleed out into the other districts and also other states.
Well, absolutely.
Correct.
Absolutely. Which is that you move, that's him moving up the ladder, actually. You become a senator, and then he becomes, and next time you turn around, you look at it, oh, I interviewed him, and he's now president of the United States of America.
I mean, I don't see it that way.
He says,
I'm really.
He says, from your lips to God's ears. But listen, don't kid yourself. Things happen.
Yes, they do.
And if you put them out there, they will happen. Would you
That's
love
true.
to be? Would you like to be president of the United States? Not in this minute, but I mean.
If the opportunity came and my resume,
people voted for him.
yeah, people voted for me, and I actually have a track record of helping people, and I'm consistent. I deserve to get that position. Exactly.
There you go.
But if I have not earned it, if I'm just placating to a minority of wealthy people in this country, I do not deserve to be in that position.
Well, I think you deserve to be in the position that you are presenting out there, that you are giving people on your text. When you're in politics, it's what you're doing for them.
Correct.
That's what politics is. If you don't understand that, it's not what I'm doing for me.
Correct.
It's what you're doing. You are actually taking charge. I'm just going to use the district. You're taking charge of this district that hopefully spreads around.
Correct.
But you're taking care of that district to let them know you can really run this really
Correct.
well. And everybody has an equal chance.
And then I listen to the people. Now, I'm not just going through my ideas I learned in a book or that I read from some blog. It's actually me listening to what people need.
What is the main thing that you are going on that people are going to like you for? What is the main thing you're putting out there that this is why you should vote for me?
The reason why people should vote for me is because I really want to bring decency back into politics. Because right now, what we're seeing that's happening in D.C., and not just in D.C., all over the country, where people feel like they don't have a voice, where they feel like they have to act out in any kind of way just to get people to listen to them. It's not working. We need to listen to even
It's obviously not working. All these riots and a lot of stuff is going on.
Exactly. So
people have got their own minds.
Exactly. That's why it's important that we listen to what's going on, and also from the information that we are privy to as politicians, we should know that hey, this is actually going to help people in a massive way. Let's make this move, even if it feels crazy. It's going to actually help people in a massive way.
So you want to help people?
I definitely want to help people because I've been on that side where I didn't have any help and I had to really try to figure it out.
What do you do work-wise? Because I know.
So I actually run a media company.
You have a media company. How's it doing?
It's doing pretty good. I started it back in 2016. And the reason why I started it was because I loved digital media, and I saw that was the direction that things were going.
Yes.
So it just made sense.
Even more so now.
Correct. So I didn't know the pandemic was going to happen.
But it's good for you.
Yeah, it was great for me. Last year was great because I was able to actually help people get educated on the COVID situation because a lot of people were getting misinformation.
Yes.
That's a big problem, right?
Yeah.
Especially now in politics. So I said, if people are educated on what's actually going on and then learn how to use discernment when looking at the media, not just looking at media from a tunnel and saying, oh, that's the truth. No, you have to have discernment, knowing I'm not going to look at one outlet. I'm going to look at multiple outlets and then make my decision and say what's actually the truth. That's going to keep so education is really important with my platform. So I actually want to take a lot of the capital we have and educate our city because right now Las Vegas is ranked number D nationally when it comes to education.
Oh, really?
D+. Yes.
That's not very good, is
That's
it?
horrible. So we really have to start.
I come from England, so our education in England is totally different.
Very different.
When people from America go, I don't know if it's so now, but when people used to go from have finished their education in England, they would be put back a grade.
Exactly.
Because they didn't
learn the certain
They didn't
things.
learn the certain ways.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
Have to learn. Okay. So how can people reach you in politics, and how can they reach you in your business?
Yeah. So right now, the best way to reach me is at www.toeque.com. So on my website, it's actually really cool. It's a social media website as well. So I'm taking politics a little different. So I built a community online. You can actually sign up and you can communicate with each other about policy ideas, things that you want me to actually focus on. And then also all my social media is there. I have my Twitter, my Facebook, my TikTok, my Instagram. Everything's on the website. So you can communicate with me through those platforms and also join our community on our website so you guys can actually share ideas so we can actually build a much stronger community.
And don't forget to vote. When is the voting coming
So the
up?
voting is going to be in November of 2022. So I'm starting early. So I want to really get my face out there.
Really, you're starting early.
Yeah.
I thought November 2021, but no, because that's the big thing on the
Yeah.
22 is that when it starts
Exactly.
changing all around,
Yeah.
everybody
The
changes.
the
from
House and
this,
the
that,
Senate
and the
goes
other.
through different
Or the
changes on that.
Democrats become Republicans, or the Republicans become Democrats. Believe me, that'll never happen.
Yes.
That's just a joke on my side. I got him laughing, that's for sure.
You have that. You're very charming.
Thank you,
Yes.
thank you very much. I just want to thank our new studio down here, which is Quirky Minds Media. James Kelly, absolutely amazing, has let us use his studio, and we actually love it here. We kind of moved in, and it's kind of, I don't know how James thinks of this, but we're here. I want to start thank Steve, who is my producer, and Lynn, who is my talent director, and also thank all my audience out there, because without you, nothing happens. And so
Very
also
true.
don't forget to subscribe, YouTube, and build us up, because voices out there make it come true. So thank you all for watching. And don't forget also, we got to think of Win Network. New on there, 10 p.m., Monday through Friday. Thank you so
It's a
much.
pleasure.
He's amazing, isn't
Thank
he?
you.
I don't know about going into politics right now, but I wish you all the best.
I really appreciate that.
Enjoy the ride. Enjoy.
Yes.
Enjoy.
It's definitely a marathon.
And enjoy the journey, because you're going to a different journey. So, and I always say, whatever journey you go into, enjoy it. We'll be right back next week with all new guests. Thank you for watching. Take care. If you enjoyed the last show we just did and all the other shows, don't forget to subscribe Vegas Live with Ninon on YouTube. We've got plenty more coming up, and our guests are amazing. So don't forget to subscribe. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.